Hi everybody, I'm Christina Macauley.
And I'm Kyle Kittleson. Thanks for joining us for another edition of Orange Slices.
Get ready for more slices of life featuring the terrific people, places, and things that make Orange County such a great place to live.
You bet. In this show, we're checking out RC car racing. It's a huge hobby, but did you also know that it's a professional sport?
That's right, and there's a spot in Huntington Beach that's becoming a training ground for world champions.
Also in the show, we have a story for you about a new high school sport. Now, Christina, when you think of athletics and scholarships, you probably think of football and baseball.
Sure, or water polo, tennis, golf, and our local high schools were the first to organize surfing teams.
Pretty cool. Well, Orange County is first again. Now we have a high school skateboarding league.
Nice, I'd love to check that out.
Well, we definitely will, but first, I have to head over to the city of Stanton, because apparently teenagers have taken over City Hall! Okay, it's not the really scary stuff in scary movies. It's actually a great youth program, and I'm off to get the story.
All right, well, good luck with that, Kyle. You're going to be outnumbered. But he's right, this is a great event. The Stanton City Council and staff have put together the city's first annual Youth in Government Day. Let's take a look.
Next question. Name 3 of the 4 neighboring cities around Stanton.
Stanton Mayor Rigo Ramirez is kicking off Youth and Government Day with a local trivia contest.
All right, guys, time to play catch up. Next question. When does the city council meet?
Students from Magnolia High School have been invited to go behind the scenes at City Hall to find out what it takes to run a city.
Most of the students today are 11th graders at Magnolia High School. They are students in advanced placement United States history, which means that they all just completed a college class and took their advanced placement exam.
In addition to the mayor's trivia game, the morning started with greetings from city council members and the Stanton city manager.
Oftentimes in colleges and in high schools and stuff, you don't see local government doesn't play a big part in the curriculum. And it's right here in our backyard, and I want them to be able to experience local government hands-on.
Today is very special because it gives the students an opportunity to learn about how local government actually works. You know, you can read about it in a book, or people can tell you, or your teacher can give you that government class. But actually sitting in the chair of the mayor or going and visit with the police department, actually a hands-on experience is a great way to learn about what we do here.
Councilmember and former mayor David Shaver has served on council for 25 years, and he's likely to know more about teens than anyone else at City Hall, and that's because not long ago he retired from a 42-year career as a teacher and coach at Millikan High School in Long Beach.
I think a lot of times they get distracted with all the video games, movies, you know, Hollywood, sports, and government kind of gets lost. And I don't know if they realize how important government is, not only maybe not at this point, but in the future. So we try to give them a little bit of a background of why it's important that government's here and what government can do for them and what their future might be in government.
And this day wasn't just a lecture in the council chambers. After the morning meet and greet and some interesting city knowledge thanks to the trivia game, the students were put in small groups. They spent the rest of the day rotating to each city department for hands-on training.
We have 6 different breakout sessions, half hour each. The kids are really engaged. We have small, real easy to work with groups of which they are really engaging, and they're planning a city.
This morning, they've done everything from meet the mayor and the city council to engage in a mock city planning and zoning exercise. They've gotten a chance to get connected with the sheriff's department and what they're doing. And all of that was before lunch.
In the finance department, a giant Monopoly game to show how the city's budget works. Just like the board game, a roll of the dice could win or lose money. Since the students were playing the part of the city, a win could be an increase in property tax revenues or a large state grant. A lose could be a rise in water rates, meaning it would cost more to water the city parks. They also learned that the largest part of the city budget goes to public safety. To find out how that money is spent, it was on to the next breakout group. Because Stanton is a smaller city, they contract for police and fire service with the county fire and sheriff's departments.
This soft armor will stop shotgun and handgun rounds, and like you said, that's real similar to what the patrol deputies wear when they're working every day.
The sheriffs had an impressive display of resources from the SWAT team. They also brought the Bomb Squad, which gave a demonstration of the robot used to detect and remove explosive devices, the suit they wear to go into a crime scene, and Oscar, the bomb-sniffing dog. The only other breakout group that took place outside City Hall was Public Works. While maybe not as intriguing as the sheriff's displays, the students did get to learn that the city will not function without streets, signals, sidewalks, or sewers.
I think today is going really, really well. I'm having a lot of fun coming here and learning about all the different aspects of, the way the city of Stanton governs itself and all the different sort of components that go into that. It's really, really interesting. I can't wait to get back to the rest of my day because I know I still have so much more to learn.
Oftentimes, that the youth doesn't really understand, doesn't have a comprehensive grasp and feel of city government and how they work so hard. They're so dedicated to the community, and it's really seeing that as a youth. It's really amazing. It inspires me to give back to my community.
So you have one little block of residential. How much residential are you going to have?
What better way to teach kids about the building and planning department than to have them build and plan a city of their own? Two teams competed to come up with the best design. They had to decide what should be zoned for commercial, residential, park space, and schools.
So what are the things that you guys learned about this? Our group had a lot of lovely discussions, so why don't you guys tell them what you guys had thought about when you were putting the map together?
The toughest part was figuring out how to make the different zones fit together. Could residential be next to industrial? What about finding enough park space with the need for more revenue-generating commercial space? Not an easy task. Maybe things were easier over in community services. Here, the Parks and Recreation team had students pick a special event for the community and plan every aspect from the budget to the layout. The students came up with a Halloween family night. They also suggested using school announcements for publicity, something the city hadn't thought of before, and now they're planning on doing it in the future. These teens are not only learning how the government works for them, but what they can do to help it run better.
That type of feedback is really, really crucial to make sure that we're not missing the mark and we're doing exactly what people need and how they want it delivered.
Community engagement is extremely important, and that's what the city of Stanton is really leaning towards, is community engagement, whether it's through youth in government, through neighborhood meetings, bringing local government to the people. We need their opinions, we need their input, because together we can create success.
They've learned about possible career paths, opportunities to volunteer, and during the mock city council meeting, they got a taste of city leadership.
Definitely considering city administration, seeing the way the council members interact with, the mayor and the mayor pro tem and the other city managers. I really feel like it's a nice system, and I like the way it works. So maybe that's something that might be of interest to me.
Everything has come together today just as planned, and the city of Stanton is looking forward to making Youth in Government Day an annual event for years to come.
Our leaders of tomorrow. Thanks, Kyle. Now we're going to check in with a group of students from Fountain Valley High who are getting a chance to represent their school doing what they love. Skateboarding is now an official high school sport thanks to the National Scholastic Skateboarding League.
Not long ago, many of these kids would have been chased away as outlaws. There weren't many places to legally do what they love. But now, grinding rails and dropping into bowls is leading to scholarships, career opportunities, and maybe even the Olympics.
Skateboarding is going to be an Olympic sport here pretty soon, and we are the training ground for the Olympians.
The Orange County Skateboarding League started in 2009 with just 4 teams to give riders a chance to represent their school in competition, just like football, baseball, and all the other mainstream sports. The idea caught on fast.
By 2010, we had 15 skate teams throughout Orange County, including Fountain Valley High School. And it just keeps growing and growing, and right now we have 28 skate teams in Orange County and San Diego.
Because the league was expanding, they decided to change their name from the Orange County Skateboard League to the National Scholastic Skateboard League. And yes, the idea is to grow nationwide. Any high school or middle school can form a team, recruit a coach, and sign up. But like any other sport, you have to maintain a 2.0 grade point average to compete.
And we're really about the scholastic part as well as the skating. We want the kids to develop skills that will help them in life later.
My son's been doing it now with the league since junior high. He's a freshman this year, and so they had no coach. So I stepped up and decided to do it for him.
With a new coach this year, the Fountain Valley team is small, but they are fierce. They're up against some tough competition on this hot day at the Ep.8 skate park in Lake Forest, where many top skaters in the world train and compete.
I'm definitely excited. We got a good team, so we've been doing pretty good in the contest, but just the heat that's going to be beating down the whole time.
Unlike the popular team sports, skating is all about the individual achievement.
The students and the skateboarders we deal with are very individualistic, so they are very artistic and like to express themselves, and skateboarding is just a good outlet to do that, good positive outlet.
Skateboarding is an alternative sport. There are a lot of kids in our schools who they may not participate in your traditional sports, but to be part of the school community and to have that pride in your school is an important part of high school and middle school life.
This really bridges the gap, makes a connection, lets them know that they're supported by the school, which in turn makes them want to do better in school. I have had some students who are struggling academically, and to continue to keep skateboarding, they need to bring their grades up. So they bring me their grade sheet before they compete, and I'll say, you gotta fix this, this, and this. They'll go fix it, they'll bring it back to me, and we compete that week.
Competitive skating in school could lead to big money as a pro, but it also opens the door to all kinds of careers and a growing industry. It's a sport with its own unique culture, film, music, graphic and web design, event planning, gear, fashion, and the list goes on. But like any school sport, some of the kids are just in it for the fun of it.
Well, I chose skating just because I started out surfing, but skating's like that second nature to surfing, so it's just the concrete waves pretty much.
We have 6 judges, 3 in the bowl, which is right over here, and then we also have 3 on the street course. And the judges they range from former skate league participants who've graduated and are now in college and giving back to their community, all the way to pro skateboarders. We have some skate company manufacturers here tonight as judges. So a lot of our judges are really core industry people who really know what it is to judge a real skateboard contest.
The win factors would be use of the whole course, technical ability, and style. We really like style.
When you get your 45 seconds, you own the skate park for 45 seconds. So you get in there, that park is yours for 45 seconds, and however you want to attack it and take that 45 seconds, that's up to you. You interpret the park how you want.
Even though Fountain Valley's team of 5 was only able to have 3 riders here tonight, they dominated both street and bowl and walked away with the top prize of first place overall. The success of this league is sure to bring good things not only to the riders who compete, but to the skate industry as a whole.
It's not a taboo anymore. It's really, it's a progressive sport, and it's really starting to, go mainstream. It's really picking up grounds, and we're getting more professional and business oriented, and we're getting our stuff together, we're moving forward. It's going to be in the Olympics soon, we're getting taken seriously finally. It's no longer a stigma in the eye of society. It's pretty cool.
Find out more about the National Scholastic Skateboarding League at nsskateboardingleague.org. That's nsskateboardingleague.org.
Now, in our final slice for this episode of Orange Slices, fasten your seatbelts. Kyle is checking in with world champion RC car racers at the OC-RC Raceway in Huntington Beach.
Hidden away in a giant Huntington Beach warehouse, you'll find a world-class remote-control racetrack. It's become the training ground for top RC competitors like four-wheel drive world champion Steven Hartson.
I started racing when I was 10, about 12 years ago, and since then I've won a couple big races. Just recently the World Championships last year in four-wheel drive buggy.
Ryan Cavallari has more than 15 championship titles and now gets paid to travel the world as a professional driver.
Well, I won a World Championship back in 2004, which was my first one, and I was 16 years old. And then I won a couple more. I won in Italy in 2005, and then I backed it back up in 2011 with a back-to-back title.
The OC-RC Raceway is a highly competitive track, but they're also open to the public and everybody is welcome.
We get everything from beginners to the best of the best. I mean, just racing tonight, we got a couple world champions racing tonight, and we got a few guys that have never raced before in their life. So we get all ages, all skill levels.
The hobby was always fun to me. The track was local, and it made it easy for us to attend practice sessions and even just to be able to come and club race, and stuck with it. Ended up being able to grow up in Southern California with all the best drivers.
13-year-old Robbie Robison is one of those lucky kids who gets to practice his hobby alongside world champs.
Actually, I got into this a long time ago when I was really little. I saw one of the people down the street had one.
A few years ago, Robbie decided to try a real racetrack and took up motocross. But after a bad crash, he's been spending more time back with his RCs.
It gets him involved in the engineering and building that he loves to do. And he loves things that go fast. And it's a lot safer than motorcycles.
And you're not going to hurt yourself doing this. If you break your car, it's going to cost $10, not $1,000 to fix it. So it satisfies that racing urge that, you know, some people get.
That's the good part. You don't get hurt. You don't have any, wear and tear on your body. So it's just, as long as you're having a good time and you're enjoying it, it's a sport and a job that can last a long time.
Robbie is self-taught. He's learned to do all of the maintenance and repairs on his car just by reading the manual.
Right now I'm building the servo assembly so that I can steer the car.
Oh, he's learning so much about mechanics and everything. It's just fantastic. And I love it so much better than the computer games that they play. It's just nonsense. This is really learning a skill of building and putting something together and the cause and effect of it.
He's also learning how real cars work. Everything from steering to suspension.
It all carries over. I mean, some of the components are a little bit, not dumbed down, but a little bit simpler to make it so everyone can use them, but they all work the same.
Cody Numadal also had a passion for RCs as a kid. He went on to study engineering in college and then landed a dream job as a design engineer for one of the top RC car companies.
It's pretty rare. I mean, I couldn't really ask for much more. And this is what I did in my free time anyways. And then when I graduated, I knew a lot of the people. I actually raced for this company before I started working there, and they offered me a job and it was perfect, so I moved out here. Things fresh, every 6 weeks, Nick tears down the track and makes a brand new one. The surface is made of BMX mix, mostly clay with topsoil and sand so it packs down hard. Nick has been doing this so long, rather than planning out each new track design, he just makes it up on the fly.
When we build it, we bring in a skid steer and a tractor and we tear it all up, till it up, and then I sort of just make up the layouts as I go.
Recently, Nick installed a misting system for ultimate track care.
So we were the first ones to do that. We used to walk around with like a backpack sprayer and spray the track every 30 minutes, and it was kind of a pain. So we went online and tried to figure something out, and we saw that company that did that. So we put that in. Basically, it keeps the dirt good, keeps the cars stuck to the track, keeps the dust down.
It's too soon to say whether Robbie will take his hobby to the next level of competition, or maybe even turn it into a career, but he is definitely a natural when it comes to racing.
Winning races, it's funny because you would think it's one of those things where you need the fastest car to win a race, but actually it's all about consistency and being consistent and finesse and taking all the faster lines instead of just trying to power around a corner. You try to go like, you might try to nail the inside line.
With instincts like this and access to one of the best tracks in the world, Robbie has a bright future in this growing sport.
I would say the last few years have definitely grown. There's a lot more companies coming in and designing new cars and just getting more people out there racing.
If you're just starting out, it's easy to spend a lot of money on this hobby. But there are plenty of people here or at one of the many Orange County hobby shops to help you get started.
It can definitely be pricey to get started, but depending on how you want to do it, you can start reasonably and go from there to see what you like about it before you fully commit.
Find out more about the world of RC cars at OC-RC Raceway.com.
Hey, welcome back. Are you ready to test your racing skills on the RC racetrack?
Well, after today, I'm ready to take on a new RC car hobby, tune up my skateboard, and I'm thinking of running for city council.
Oh, well, I'll vote for you. Those were some great slices. Thanks, Kyle. And that's going to wrap it up for this edition of Orange Slices. Thanks for joining us.
And if you have an idea about something or someone that would make a great slice, let us know. Find our Orange Slices page on Facebook. We would love to hear from you.
Until then, I'm Christina Macauley.
And I'm Kyle Kittleson.
We will see you next time.
That was awesome, guys. All right, Kyle, are you really going to run for city council?
Yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 votes. 5 votes.
5 votes.
Yeah.
Vote for yourself. Vote
Yeah,
Kyle.
of course.
Christina, you going to be his campaign manager?
I'll do my best.
I pay in Diet Coke and
Okay.
maybe a lunch.
We might need to find a new campaign manager.
Do you skateboard?
My dog does.
Your dog skateboards?
My dog skateboards, yeah.
Are you the famous dog on YouTube?
He's not famous, no, but
well
yeah,
then,
he
who
does
cares?
that. I know. Yeah.
And I'm the animal guy, and my dog just sits.
Wait, you train killer whales and you can't train a dog?
No, I can. I can. It's just I don't want to work when I get home, you know, with my dog. It's work. It's work. No, I have a very well trained dog, by the way. Yeah.
Do you know what RC stands for?
I don't know. When I read it, I thought it was RC Cola, but
Remote control.
oh, duh.
Ooh.
Yeah, duh. We would have gotten that.
Yeah, eventually.
You just have to give us a little more time.
Okay, so if that's what RC stands for, what does OC-RC Raceway stand for?
Do it. You
Orange
got it.
County Remote Control Raceway.
Yay!
No more blonde jokes, ever. I got that one.